Welcome to our channel. Now if you're looking to switch over to Auburn Henna Hair Dye, or you want to see how Auburn looks on your hair, this is the exact video we're going to be working on today. We're going to be taking Auburn Henna Hair Dye and coloring our little hair strands to show you how Auburn will turn out on your hair. Continue watching. If you are looking for a video how to mix the Auburn, please click on the link down below, as we have a video to help how to mix Auburn hair dye. Now we already left our Auburn hair dye mixture out for 45 minutes and we'll get straight to coloring. Let's go. Alright, so we are back and we left the mixture of Auburn for 45 minutes and we are going to start applying. First application is dark brown. Again, dark brown, so don't expect too much, but still a little slight difference. I think this is one of the colors after mahogany. I would love to see how it really plays out on these individual strands. Alright, so next we are going to go on light brown. Light brown always surprises me with all the colors. Just love how it comes out. Okay, next we're going to go to the platinum blonde. You can also compare to if you have gray hair and see how the Auburn comes out if you have gray hair. Again, this is a lighter color that we are putting it on, so if it's a color you don't like as much, you think it's lighter, just do another application and the color will come out darker. Okay, so next is the most darkest strand we have, which is the dark brown, like the darkest dark brown to black. Again, not expecting much change on this, but if you have this type of color hair, sunlight, when you go in it, you will see red tones, definitely. Okay, so here we're going to go to medium brown with dark blonde highlights. Again, this also, I love how it comes out. Okay, next let's go to our bleached hair. Again, just like explained on the platinum blonde, since this is a lighter color, if after rinsing the Auburn and you feel like, oh no, this is a little bit lighter, by all means do another application. Now with this, it is always important that you at home do a strand test on a little bit of your hair to make sure that is the color you are going to like, because Auburn sometimes does tend to come out a little bit darker than anticipated. but sometimes they may not, and it all varies depending on your hair. So your hair as an individual, always make sure you do a strand test. All right, and the last strand, brown highlights with honey blonde. After this, we are going to leave this on for 2.5 hours, only because we're going to be closing at 5. So we do have to rinse this out. We don't want to leave it out overnight. If we do leave it on for overnight, it is going to become really, really dark. And knowing how Auburn works, definitely don't want to leave it on for too long. Alright, so we are done. We're going to put saran wrap on here, and we'll come back after 2.5 hours. Alright, so we are back after 2.5 hours. Actually, this is the next day, but we did rinse it out after 2.5 hours. So we're going to start with the dark brown right here. This was the original color here, and look, the Auburn actually turned a little bit darker than the original color. So you can see that it does have the red tones in it. When you go in the sunlight, it will be very prominent for sure. Let's get to platinum blonde. Now, I would consider is toward gray, white hair as well. So just do keep in mind it's going to come out a little orange. But still do a strand test, because it's depending on from person to person. Your color can turn out like this or even a little bit darker. So, but if you do want it more darker, please do another application. So here's the light brown, and this is what I believe is true how the Auburn really came out. And it's so nice, it's so pretty. So you can see right there, that's the original Auburn right there, the line. I didn't go all the way because I did want you to see this right here. So you can definitely see the difference. And it's definitely in the sunlight, it's going to look more gorgeous. Alright, so brown highlights with honey blonde. So you can see that you still see the two-tone color here. It's pretty. You can always do another application if you want to go darker than this. Okay, so bleached hair, just like I explained on the platinum blonde. If you feel like this is not the color you want and you want to go darker, reapply the Auburn and it will become darker than this, especially this. I know this looks like more towards the orange, and it's because of the very, very lighter hair, plus it's bleached. So definitely do another application. So here is dark brown to black. So even though you would think that it's not going to change, it became darker. So, and if you go in the sunlight, you'll see very, very light tones, not as much as you would see with the dark brown hair. So the last color, medium brown with dark brown highlights. So you can see here, this also, I would say it's like a true Auburn as well. I don't think you would want to go more darker than this if this is exactly what you're looking for. If you do another application on this, just make sure either you leave it on for just half an hour to an hour. But if you go more than that, this will almost become black. So Auburn, because of the ratio portion with the indigo, it does tend to turn your hair black, and especially if you have applied any other color of the henna that contains pure henna, please make sure that you do a strand test, because Auburn will change your color to hair like more darker. So you want to make sure you do that strand test on this. Again, as usual, I hope you like this video. Like, comment, subscribe for more, and definitely we look forward into doing full hair applications on these colors.